even if you want to be pragmatic, respectfully, Destiny, saying that there's no evidence, I think you can agree that there is at least one piece of evidence that may intimate that COVID-19 developed in the Wuhan Institute of Virology under Shi Zhengli. I just think these draconian statements make people not more likely to sort of entertain the other side of the fence, but it makes people think that there actually are conspiracies going on to cover up information.
Yeah, I would agree.
So here we go. In this clip, we're going to watch Destiny get demolished by pretty much everybody on the panel. I don't know if Brian Tyler Cohen steps in. Natalie Winters is going to destroy him. Piers Morgan's going to destroy Destiny. Brian Ferguson's going to destroy Destiny. They all need to destroy Destiny. And I'm glad we started with that with Natalie Winters. Did I say Natalie Cohen? No, Brian Tyler. Okay. With Natalie Winters destroying Destiny, he needs to be destroyed. There is something about him internally. He needs to find Christ. I don't care if he did go to Catholic school. I don't know what's wrong with this guy. Destiny made some disgusting posts on Twitter, and Destiny is going to get crumbled, demolished, railroaded for it, and obliterated. Without further ado, let's get to the rest of the clip.
And Destiny, I'm going to take you up on...
Hold on,
hang on, Destiny, I'm going to ask you a question.
She said in 2020,
Destiny, I'm going to ask you a question. So
this was under Biden? I'm pretty sure that was under Trump. So if you want to blame anybody for the censorship, it would have been Trump. I know that
Let me ask you a question, Destiny.
Who's president there, but...
Destiny, I want to ask you a question. So a woman called Kylie Jane Kramer posted on X, I've been trying to wrap my head around how the flooding in Texas became so devastating so quickly. Why not evacuate? Then I saw this. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick said the Guadalupe River rose 26 feet in just 46 minutes around 4 a.m. That doesn't even seem natural, to which you reposted this and you put your own words. I heard God killed those kids because they were using NordVPN, promo code Destiny, to get around the Texas porn ban.
Trifling. By the way, please, levels of disgusting. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you to everybody who watched this video. Nasty. He needs to be, okay.
On reflection, do you think that was grotesquely tasteless thing to be posting?
Absolutely not. The hand wringing here. Oh my God! Stop. If you want to talk about dead children, then you should talk about the residents of Kerr County who rejected using ARPA funds to build the very siren system that Ted Cruz was over here virtue signaling about. Now that the kids are dead, last I checked, the siren system isn't bringing anybody back to life. Okay, the very same system that they could have built for the better part of the last decade. They didn't want to touch those ARPA funds because they thought that if they did, Biden would go and steal their homes, which is the exact same lie that was told in North Carolina when people were rejecting FEMA funds because they thought that if the government was giving them money for their houses, they'd steal it. If you want to talk about grotesque and ghoulish things that are being said,
it's what you put online. I agree with you. It's what you put online. It is grotesque. It's disgusting. But I mean, I guess that's what you do. How long have people like you told us that if we spend less money in Ukraine, you guys are going to spend more money investing in things like infrastructure in the United States? Where is that money going? We just had another massive debt increase. Another massive debt increase for more tax cuts for wealthy people. Congratulations. Thank you so much.
All right, let me get a Ben.
How's that deficit doing? Sorry, I just have to cut him off. And I know, somebody's going to make a comment. Like, oh, you keep cutting it off. First of all, I have to. Number two, why are you talking about all this other stuff? I'm talking about what you did. So because one person did something so-called bad, whatever, I don't even know what he's talking about. It's okay for you to say these kind of sick, gargantuan, just disgusting things online. You are a piece of crap. And he knows what to do for clicks. Because Destiny kind of wasn't, I think he was like falling back a little bit or whatever. He has his own nasty situations that he has to deal with. And, well, with that said, people weren't really talking about him as much, but we're talking about him now. But it's like, I'm not going to blame us for talking about him. He's just disgusting.
How's our deficit doing? Is it going up or down?
Don't talk over each other. But just to be clear,
the deficit. You made fun of kids dying, and then brought up nasty situations with children. I tell you this, he fits every stereotype
Destiny, you
there
don't.
Are no answers. Just to be clear,
Destiny,
I'm going to talk.
Please stop talking.
I'm not going to sit here and argue about jokes when these guys are spreading lies that are
when
leading to the
children are
actual
dead,
destruction of these. Oh, except you guys do when it happens in LA when it's about the wildfires. You guys make jokes when politicians are getting killed in Minnesota.
Go look at my account.
Just the rest of your party is. Just the rest of your party is.
Don't talk over each other because we can't hear you.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
All right. But Destiny, just to be clear, Destiny, just to be clear, you don't regret posting. I heard God kill those kids because they were using NordVPN.
And argue about jokes on Twitter while you allow the very same misinformation to spread on this program that leads to people not putting up siren systems, okay, because they think that Biden is going to go steal their homes.
That wasn't my question.
It is absolutely insane.
Wasn't my question.
It's insane that you want to go and hand-wring liberals over jokes that are not even half as crazy as some of the things these conservatives say.
Okay, but just to be clear, you don't regret doing it.
There's no tweet like that out there.
Just to be clear, Destiny,
absolutely not.
Just to be clear, you don't regret posting it.
No, absolutely.
Okay, Ben Ferguson.
Piers, a couple things here that I think there's proper information that should get out there. This is an area that I go to often. It's an area that I've taken my kids dozens and dozens of times. It's a very small rural community. When it rains there's always flooding because there's a lot of rock in the ground and the water doesn't absorb in the ground, so you have flash floodings that happen very quickly. I've been there when this happens. This was a once-in-a-lifetime 100-year flood. If you want to know about the funding for the system, it's an extremely small community, and the price tag for it is very, very big compared to the tax base that they have in this small community. It is not because of the Matt Boone stuff this guy's talking about. That is not why the community decided 6 years ago to not do it, even though they wanted to. It was a cost issue. What's going to happen now is you're going to have state funds and federal funds, and that system will happen. But go back to this once-in-a-lifetime flood that took place. No one could have prepared or thought this was going to happen. People bought homes on a river where there was constant flooding, where they're built high enough up that flooding has never gotten there before in the history of their lifetime. So this is a tragedy that took place. And by the way, this is personal because I know people who lost children. There are funerals that are taking place.
Just to be clear, you're saying that there are
talking about a funeral for a second.
You're saying
let him finish,
like 15 times. So you're saying there are no citizens saying that they don't want to use the American Rescue Plan funds. They didn't want to use that money because they thought Biden would take their homes.
I'm going to go back to what I said.
That transcript doesn't exist.
But can you let him finish, given he was talking about the funerals of dead children?
I have friends whose kids
Please let him finish what he was saying.
He doesn't care. As long as he admits he doesn't give a fuck about
It's not funny. He's big mad. The problem is that Destiny was... So you can always tell him Destiny's like, let me see if I can hurry up and get the information. But one thing about him, he's a quick researcher, right? But the thing is that he doesn't always get the answers that he wants. And I think that this was one of those times because he came back with nothing. Then the guy said, I know people personally who've been affected. Brian has every right to say that. I'm sorry, children died. Yeah, I do feel some type of way. I feel some type of way about a lot of things. Children died. And Destiny's like, I don't give a F about your friend. I mean, he didn't say it like that, but he knows. Like, you are vile. You are vile. Destiny's never been like, he's never been going viral for something positive.
the dead kids. That's okay.
You know what, Destiny? You don't give a fuck about the dead kids, do you?
Admit it. I do.
Because you thought it was funny. You thought it was
I'm not
funny.
voting to take money away
You
from
thought
these
it was funny to go on X and talk about, I heard God kill those kids because they weren't using a NordVPN to get around the Texas porn ban.
From the
that
party
is disgusting.
Of I thought comedy was
You're
legal
the one
again.
using dead children
on Twitter
in a grotesque manner.
People.
So let me just lay that down for the record.
Just to be clear, let me lay it down as well. How many people did my joke kill?
No, it's just disgustingly tasteless.
Exactly.
You're a sick man.
And then how many kids died because there's no siren system because people like this guy over here made up the lie that Biden was going to steal your homes if you accepted the American Rescue Plan.
Yeah, he never made that up. Don't do that. Brian is like, no, sir, I'm not. Let me just see something real quick because, let me see. Camp Mystic being a white-only camp. What is this thing about it being a white-only camp? Oh, my God. Do I have to do like a third? The kids died, but Brian, when it comes to this, I don't think he touches it. He doesn't touch it at all. Good for him. He should stay far away from this.